Hello my friends, now I am coming with a new topic, and the topic is the translation. The host cell getting infected by a virus, and the virus getting replicated in the host cell, either in the nucleus or in the cytoplasm. Now when the virus translating their protein, and finally some structural proteins form capsid, and some non-structural proteins are helping in the replication. Finally the virus released either from the host cell, either by budding or either by cell lysis. Now how the translation or how the protein synthesis is to be occurred in the host cell when the virus is infecting the host. Now today I am discussing with the translation, that how the virus genome is getting translated and form protein. We already discussed about the transcription, regulation of the gene, and so many things we have already discussed in our previous lectures. Now today I am coming with a new topic, and the topic is the translation. Now we already know that the genome of the virus transcribing the mRNA, and after processing of the mRNA and some modification in the mRNA, there is escaping and polyadenylation and so many things are going on. Then the mRNA comes into the cytoplasm. So in the cytoplasm, the Golgi bodies and endoplasmic reticulums is to be found. Suppose there is one endoplasmic reticulum, and on the endoplasmic reticulum membrane there are so many small round structures. They are called as ribosomes. In the eukaryotic cell, the ribosome is ATS units. Here the S is stand for Svedberg units. But in prokaryotic cell, ribosome is 70S unit. So the ATS is divided into 40S and 60S. Here the 70S is divided into 30S and 50S. So now here we are not talking anything about the prokaryotic cell and not about the 70S ribosome, but now we are talking about the eukaryotic cell with ATS ribosome. The whole translation process is to be done in the ATS ribosomes. So I already draw one structure of the ribosome here. As we know that the ribosome is divided into the two parts. First is the 40S subunit, and second one is the 60S subunit. And this is the structure that is in the red line, is the mRNA. When the mRNA comes out from the nucleus, it is kept at the 5' and polyadenylated at 3' with methylation at 3'. So now the mRNA is stuck on the ribosome at 40S subunit with the help of this cap. after stacking of this mRNA, so now let me tell you about the different type of the nucleotide are present on the mRNA, and these three nucleotides is collectively called as codon. So there is a pair of three nucleotide sequence, and this three nucleotide sequence is called as codon. When with the help of this 5' cap, the mRNA is stuck on the 40S subunit, the cap acts as a promoter, and then when the ribosome is moving towards the 3' end like this, the start codon when comes, then the translation of protein will become start. So first you have to know that there are about 64 permutations is to be found. The nucleotide is 4 type of nucleotides are there. First is the adenine, second is the uracil, third one is guanine, fourth one is cytosine. They make a different type of the patterns. So if there is one codon prepared from 3 nucleotides, then there may be the possibility of about 64 permutations. So now we have to know that 64 permutations is to be present on the mRNA, and this 64 permutations is required for getting 22 type of amino acids. As we know that the protein is formed by these essential 22 amino acids. So these 22 amino acids are to be required for synthesis of a protein with the help of these 64 permutations. Now in the 64 permutations, there are 61 permutations are useful for getting amino acids, and there are 3 permutations required for stopping this translation. These 3 permutations are, that means the stop codons are UAA, UAG and UGA. So when there will be any codon, that is AUG coming on the mRNA, the translation is start. But when on the mRNA any codon like UAA, UAG or UGA will come, then the translation will stop. That's why we are calling AUG as a start codon, and UAA, UAG and UGA are called as a stop codon. So now let me tell you how the translation will start. As we already know that this is the ribosome is made up of 40S and 60S subunits. Now this ribosome you may assume that now this ribosome is moving to this mRNA, and during the movement there are 3 sites present on this 60S. The first site is called as A site, the second one site is called as P site, and the third one site is called as E site. So when the ribosome is moving on, then the A site binds with amino acid with the help of tRNA. Actually, this is the tRNA. I already write down here. This is again a tRNA. The actual structure of tRNA is like the actual tRNA is looking like this, and this site is called as anticodon site, and this anticodon is just matched here with the codons. The tRNA, every tRNA having one single amino acid at this site. The starting codon AUG always bind with the anticodon UAC, and the anticodon UAC is found on the tRNA that is having methionine amino acid. So always the protein synthesis will be start with the binding of this methionine amino acid at first in any polypeptide chain. So the A site is actually the amino acid binding site. So this is the A site where the first tRNA comes. So like you can assume that the ribosome is moving. The first tRNA bind to the A site, and the A site is actually the AUG. Then after binding, the ribosome moves on the mRNA like this, and the where is the A site is actually now the P site, and the P site is then again moving towards at the 3' end will convert it into the E site. So the A site is actually the amino acid binding site, where the first amino acid bound on the first anticodon, first codon, that is the AUG, and the anticodon is UAC, and the first amino acid is methionine. Now this is called as P site. The central one is the central site is the P site. The P meaning is for polypeptide chain. So here the polypeptide chain is to be prepared. So you can assume it like this, then that the first one is the methionine. When the tyrosine will come here, the methionine bonds to the tyrosine like this, and again the ribosome is moving towards the 3' and the tyrosine and methionine here made a polypeptide chain. Now again the ribosome is moving towards the 3', and the next amino acid asparagine will come at this site. Then again ribosome will moving towards 3 prime, and this asparagine will bound to this tyrosine. Then the next amino acid, that will be the glutamine. So here the glutamine will come towards the A site, and then the ribosome will again move at the 3 prime op end, and then the glutamine will bound to this asparagine, and so on. So friends, like this, the methionine bounds to tyrosine, tyrosine bound to asparagine, asparagine bounds to glutamine, and one polypeptide chain is growing on. Finally, when there is the stop codon will come, like I already told, UAA suppose, or UAG, or UGA on this mRNA. So at this time the ribosome is moving on, and finally the E at the E site, E is stand for elimination site. So finally this whole polypeptide chain will become released, and the translation will become stopped because of presence of this stop codon when it will come at further on the mRNA. So friends, likewise when I am explaining here, the ribosome is moving on the mRNA, and the translation procedure will be going on, and the polypeptide chain is to be growing on, and finally when the stop codon will come on the mRNA, the polypeptide chain getting released, and the whole translation procedure will be stopped. So hope you will know about how the translation takes place in the host cell. So if you like my videos, please share my videos to your friends, and please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks.